people or call yourself exposing somebody by talking about their personal life. I don't get that. What kind of person do that? See, I know what kind of person do that. Filthy, old, dusty, wormy, as the girl, Triple C say, wormy old niggas. That's the type of shit they do. That's the shit they do, because he know he have an ignorant ass crowd that loves to hear that shit. So he get up there and do it for the people. It's for the people.
Went to like 4 hospitals, and the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS. And the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS. That I had AIDS. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, yo, my name is Charles, yo. Yeah, I went over there, man. I went up to Canada.
What up, Chemo?
Oh, you saw it? Did you flag it, brother? Did you flag it?
Yeah, I flagged it. It's the video when you were saying you had AIDS or some shit, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of videos. He got it all on all the videos.
Yeah, but I'm seeing the video. You said you had AIDS.
Yeah, but I never said I had that, brother.
We talking tonight about old filthy Frank,
Right. But listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
the man who likes bringing in family members.
I never said that I had AIDS. I never said it.
Look, he already about mad. Look, Unc Crack Pipe done goddamn, shout out to Unc Crack Pipe. He done goddamn exposed the shit out this nigga so many times. So many goddamn times. The nigga up there saying, you went to 4 out of 5 goddamn hospitals. 4 out of 5 told you goddamn you had AIDS. You dumb motherfucker. This is a democratic goddamn society. 4 out of 5 means majority rule, nigga. You got AIDS, nigga. How the fuck you go to 4 straight hospitals, they tell you got AIDS, and you go to 1 more, and they tell you you don't got AIDS, and you believe that motherfucker? I would think that motherfucker trying to kill you. 4 hospitals just told you you got AIDS, nigga. Like, what more proof do you need? That might be why you drinking the goddamn spinach all day. Your goddamn immune system is failing. Your damn eyebrows is disappearing and shit.
Tell you, I was weighing in about a buck.
Shame TV too.
Think about that.
Y'all give me some likes when y'all come in, or some dislikes if you so inclined.
I'm weighing in at 130 pounds, walking the street like a crackhead. I went to like 4 hospitals. And the hospitals was
Yeah, it's going down today, Soul Journey.
Look, listen. Sitting up there telling a motherfucking lie. You just heard the video say that he went to the doctor and they said he had AIDS. And he get right up there and say that he did not say that, as if the shit is not recorded. That's the AIDS. The AIDS is killing your brain cells, son. As what the guy say on Lean On Me. It's killing your brain cells, son. That's pitiful. This is sad, y'all. This is fucking sad. And you bitch niggas following him. Exposed. You are exposed.
She's connected to young Pharaoh in Sarah Suit City. So we already know that. That's a given. We already done figured that.
Listen, he wanted Unc Crack Pipe's head. He was digging in his ass. Who was getting in your ass?
Y'all let me get some ones if y'all could hear the audio good.
400 degrees hot boy. You can goddamn scramble an egg on your forehead. He wanted you to flag every video, boy.
Nigga said scramble an egg on that nigga's forehead.
Page he made. That's a shame, boy.
When I finished getting this man on.
Yeah, you know, it's like, what happened? What's going on? You talking about what happened to that boy? What happened to the black man? What happened to us as men today, family? Negroes dry, they ain't dry snitching. They just coming out snitching.
And you can take this and edit it up and cut it up and do whatever you want to do with it. I already spoke to the motherfucking FBI. Yes, I'm saying that. You hear me?
Negroes dry, they ain't dry snitching. They just coming out snitching.
I'm saying that because what else I supposed to do? I spoke to the police department.
Negroes.
The same goddamn FBI that pulled up and arrested your ass for being out there so-called teaching the people. Remember? They snatched down the shit off the wall and threw you in the car, remember? The same goddamn folks that you call that had the conspiracy on all black people that you say. You call them. Really? This is y'all leader. This is y'all goddamn leader, unconscious community. Now look at this fuck shit right here. This take the cake right here. This take the cake. Watch this nigga. Looking at naked women on a live.
On a live
your phone
stream.
or nothing. Right on the computer screen. Knowing damn well when you make a sound, when you click whatever you're doing, the screen is gonna screen share with your ass. And you up here looking at big booty hoes. This is y'all leader. Ask yourself, would Obama got caught doing some shit like this? Would Khalid Muhammad get caught doing some shit like this? Would Malcolm X
Exactly.
get caught
Would
doing some
Khalid
shit like this?
Muhammad get caught doing some shit like
Let me
that?
know what's up. Because god damn. Watch, just watch, just watch.
Hey, can you kick blackness? Can you kick that person?
Oh, yeah, I don't know who keeps doing that. That's like, who's doing that?
Is there any way you can kick him?
I'm using my phone, Chemo. I can't show the screen.
That's you, son. That's in that keeps
I'm outside. I ain't in the house at no laptop or nothing doing this.
Polite say, I think that's Saneter, man. That ain't Saneter, nigga. And yet, y'all still sat up there on his goddamn panel. Still sat up there fooling with this dude. And he ain't even got the decency to wait until he's done with the goddamn stream to look at whatever the fuck he's trying to look at. He ain't even got the goddamn decency, the moral. He ain't got the moral guidance, the moral discipline. This is y'all leader, unconscious community.
But my sister nasty.
Laugh at his face, is that? Laugh at it. Laugh at his funky ass. Look at it. Laugh at that
Oh,
dog.
you see the little
Shame him. Shame him.
When they're showing scantily clad pictures, man. Pick up, man. You're supposed to be a pillar of the community.
Now watch him get hot. Now watch him get mad, boy. He finna get mad, Jack. He know he was caught red-handed. See, that's what happened when they goddamn get caught, boy. They get mad, boy. Watch him get hot. Look at his eyes. Just look at his whole facial expression. That boy was so goddamn
Saw and morals don't mix.
Brother, those are your sisters, brother.
Now they're your
And if
sisters.
they was my sisters, I would kill you for
Why
that.
are you ashamed of your
If
sisters,
they was my
brother?
sisters, I would kill
They
you for that.
covered. They
You're
covered.
idolizing bodies rather than, and you're taking it away from the thing. You're distracting from the conversation.
Look.
You're distracting
Come on,
from
look
the conversation. You're
Look at this.
distracting from the
Get in his ass, brother.
conversation. The
Tell his ass
conversation
out,
is
look. Tell him to
Dr.
get mad,
Sebi
come on.
here, blood.
It's
And you're
just a
taking it to some
Nah,
joke thing.
Nah,
This
I
ain't
wanna
no
hear that.
joke thing.
Calm down, brother. You're getting emotional.
Calm down and shut up, blood. Like you're on some joke thing.
Nigga, shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Stop acting like a nigga.
You're the only nigga in here, blood.
Knowing that Saneter got this nigga gassed up off a lie. Now watch this.
Not enough, Young Pharaoh's a fucking faggot.
Young Pharaoh's a faggot.
Allegedly, I don't know. But I'm called.
Now you know why he said that I'm a faggot allegedly? Because Saneter lied and said I was molested.
See, he mad at Pharaoh, and now he wanna goddamn spread rumors. Because he knows that his ignorant ass following will believe whatever the fuck he said. He knows that. And this is to expose everybody that was on that goddamn panel, everybody that was giggling, everybody that was in the chat, agreeing and laughing. You exposed. Because whether Pharaoh got molested or not, he don't know that. He don't know that shit. Nobody knows that shit but Pharaoh and allegedly his molester, which I don't think that shit happened. But this is just Saneter mad and he's spreading rumors. This is your boy, unconscious community. This your boy.
I'm trying to chill. You know what I'm talking about if you're watching, Pharaoh. I'm trying to chill. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to chill with another dude. I'm 50 fucking 3 years old, family. You hear me? No, this ain't no joke. No, this ain't no joke. No, this ain't no joke. But as a kid, you know what I'm saying, Pharaoh? Don't make me go there. Because it's sad as a kid to get molested. That's sad.
Now, I'm gonna play this last little clip. Red Pill, you know, going in, saying he don't want to be affiliated or nothing like that, but yet, his ass still over there, fucking with Saneter, probably gonna be at the goddamn Saneter award show, and whoever up there at that goddamn award show, you're exposed. You are a part of this filthiness. You, whoever receives an award, are a part of the filthiness. You are considered unconscious. You are filthy. To even accept an award from this nigga right here. You are fucking filthy. You're just as worse. As a matter of fact, you're worse than him. Because see, y'all gassing this man up. Y'all gassing this man up to do that shit. That's why he's still relevant. Because of people around him. They can't help it.
Exactly.
That's how they make their money.
I hope he dies. I hope I run into that nigga. I start to piss out that nigga for disrespecting some fucking Malcolm X. Fuck him, fuck his mother, fuck whatever child.
He did the same thing with me to his fans and tried to make his fans think that I was talking shit about Khalid Muhammad.
This is y'all leader laughing at this kind of behavior instead of saying, nah, brother, we don't need to take it there. No, he laughs. He laughs. He chuckles. He's tickled. Giggling. This is y'all goddamn leader. This the type of shit that pisses me off. That's why I say he's teaching hate. He's dividing y'all. And y'all don't see that.
And you don't see it.
That's why y'all, I'm not bashing the whole conscious community for that. Because y'all not conscious. This is the unconscious community for now. Y'all sit up here and did not say one thing to this dude. And let him do that. Red Pill said something, but he came back around. That don't count. That's null and void. Whatever fucking he said. This is a damn shame. You might well strap a goddamn shame bell to your goddamn ankles, nigga. And every time you walk, that shit goddamn ring. Because this is a fucking shame. This is a fucking shame.
Filthy ass mouth.
Comes on your show and say, yo, we should kill this nigga and his unborn child, and you chuckle about it. That's conspiracy about it. That's conspiracy about it. That's conspiracy. I don't have nothing to do with I don't never want to have anything to do with none of that shit. Ever. Ever. Don't ever tie me and mine and my family up with none of that bullshit. I've said it before. I don't fuck with that. And I have to publicly distance myself from all of those platforms that are dealing with that kind of energy because it's not the time to play around the fucking world. The world is watching.
What he said? He has to publicly distance himself. But when the lights and cameras is off, he's fucking with Saneter. I don't give a fuck what he said. He's still tied and affiliated with Saneter. So you can distance yourself publicly all you want, which I've seen videos lately that you still fuck with the nigga. You still fuck with the nigga. I know, nigga. You need Saneter to market and goddamn help you fucking sell or stream that funky ass mixtape that you got. Album, whatever you want to call that shit. It's trash, nigga. As a matter of fact, you need to make a remix of every song on there and throw both of them tracks away. Throw the whole goddamn shit away. Slap the person who told you, who hit the record, but slap their ass for telling you that shit was fire. Because the shit is trash. I'm sorry. The shit might have been goddamn popping maybe 20 years ago. But today, that shit is trash. These are exposed. And all of Saneter's following and affiliates, channels, you are exposed right along with this nigga. You are exposed right along with this nigga. All of them. The Michael Iwerts and the fucking Inkies, the fucking Shugs, the goddamn Kev Gills, all them goddamn dusty face head ass motherfuckers. As you are now considered the unconscious community. All y'all. All the fuck of y'all. And you can throw Pharaoh and Seti right along in there with them. You can throw them right along in there with them. Cause they not excluded from this group. They're all the fucking same. They all the fucking same. They selling wolf tickets. I expose. I'm out.
That video was from I Expose. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Tonight's stream.
I'm saying another sick brother.
Hold on, guys.
I'm saying this video. This brother's sick. This brother's absolute.
All right, guys. Can I get a 1 if y'all can hear me real quick so I can move on? Let me get a 1 real quick for those who can hear. Just real quick so I know everything's good. Okay. Boom. Listen. Today, first off, L Boogie. Wonderful fucking live stream. Just you got a new subscriber today. So I put somebody on to you. They were enjoying it as I was coming out here, as a matter of fact. Wonderful stream. I really wanted to play some audio from that too. I might. Anyway, we come in here today because we're talking about family members. You know, we talking about Saneter. We talking about first off, and then he brought in his cronies, as you know, how they all try to create some storyline that I need to get my house in order, but they were referring to my sister, meaning and insinuating that my sister lives with me, insinuating that me and my sister are living in the same home and that I need to control her is the home that she's, you know, I'm in the home with her or she's in my home and I'm just letting her run amok and say the things that she says. Now, first off, my nigga, the crazy part about all of this shit is my sister moved out. I think I was still in 11th grade, maybe 12th grade. So my sister been on her own. Once she had a daughter, had my niece, and she was with her husband. And nigga, they been had their own shit. You know what I'm saying? So my sister, I don't understand that he's talking about that I need to get in order. Okay, so we all know now, we've deduced all of that and came to the conclusion that that was just the lamest diversionary tactic attempt ever, where he was trying to make some long tie to me being exposed by exposing a family member who did something, which means every single one of us who got a crackhead, alcoholic uncle and aunt, et cetera, we can never talk about consciousness because we got a crackhead aunt, uncle, brother, sister, as far as Saneter is concerned. That's what he's talking about. So anyway, you heard there on I Exposed, the video we just played, how, nigga, you run your mouth about certain shit being filthy and the same thing and worse. So tonight we're focusing on family members. Now, for all Saneter's little fans who coming over and listening, yeah, you can go tell them. Go tell them, yes, we're going to be talking about family members tonight. We're going to be talking about Saneter's family. And we're going to be talking about, should Saneter be worried about me in an award show and more concerned about his immediate family members who may, you know, require his attention more than an award show. You know? So, yeah, he respectability. That's like, there's no respectful way to talk to him because he's a piece of shit. Like, if you show respect to that dude, he's going to take that shit as a sign of weakness. Just you doing something that you're supposed to do as a man and a woman, show respect to another brother, he's going to take that shit and flip it to some YouTube shit and try to act like, oh, I beat him, I won. See, they all bow down to the da-da-da-da-da. Like, dog, no one's bowing down to you, man. No one gives a fuck about none of that shit you talking because, yo, I told you before that YouTube is no country for old men. YouTube is no country for old men. And so what's going to have to end up happening now, since you're getting foul with your mouth, and like I said, bringing up my family members and saying that you're bringing it up because not to disrespect the black woman, because that's exactly what you did for no reason. That sister did shit to you, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you said you was bringing it up because I should be worried about that more than I'm worried about exposing you and your lying ass, which that doesn't go together, because I could worry about my sister and expose your lying ass. I could do those two things at the same time. Now, what's going to happen here tonight is we're going to discuss Saneter's wife, Cynthia. Now, Cynthia Gary, apparently and allegedly, you know, I'm saying allegedly here. So, you know, allegedly Cynthia Gary is ill. Saneter's wife is not all the way healthy. For all intents and purposes, she's sick. You know, what's up, Triple C? That's what we'll be discussing tonight. We want to know, Saneter, we'll know you're listening, or you'll be listening soon. We want to know, is it true, the rumors that we've been hearing out here on these YouTube streets, that your wife is sick? And if she is, first off, my condolences to you, sweetheart. I hope that whatever it is, you know, you get over it soon, or I hope that it's something that you can actually fight, you know what I mean, and that it's not terminal, or something like that, because that would make this all, even worse. But we want to know, man, what's going on. Is the people want to know, Some of us, we might want to donate. You know what I'm saying to you. Right, my regards to Cynthia Gary, Sarneta's wife. You know what I'm saying? Sick of his filth. That could, and we laugh about things sometimes and we joke about things, but on a serious note, that is one of the reasons that I decided to bring it up, because I'm wondering if this sister is indeed ill. Is the shit that's going on around her affecting her? Is that playing a part into it? Is the fact that Sarnetta is always engaged in some fuck shit? Is the fact that there's always something going on with Sarnetta? Is that playing a part in what's going on with Mrs. Gary? And the fact of the matter is, the reason why I did the stream was because I felt it completely fucked up, man, that a person I find it fucked up, dog, that a person who is dealing with a family member, a wife, or someone who is supposed to be sick, is doing it, is more concerned about videos about me and my sister rapping supposed nasty lyrics. I don't understand how a person whose wife is supposed to be sick is more concerned about putting on a fake ass sham of a goddamn award show. What up, Snap? I don't understand that shit. I don't understand that shit for the life of me, yo. I don't get that shit. I don't get how you so concerned about a whole bunch of other shit, but like the shit that should be concerned with you, that you should be concerned about, none of that shit is what you're dealing with. You got time to do 4 or 5 hour fucking streams and shit, 3-hour live streams about my sister and me. It's calling yourself exposing me because my sister said nasty lyrics in a rap song. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she said nasty lyrics in a rap song, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand this shit. Exactly. You could bring her sickness to awareness to it. Something that's a serious conversation, Sarnetta. But you seem to be more concerned with making sure that you continue to have some sort of YouTube stardom and fame. You know what I'm saying? And is YouTube stardom and fame worth the relationship of your wife, Sarnetta? Since we just talking, because we're talking about family, Sarnetta, and I know that you think that everything should be fair, right? Right, Sarnetta? I know it's fair. It's fair for you to bring up my sister and say that I need to get her straight before I talk about shit in the conscious community. Well, we think that you need to get your wife straight. We think that you need to focus your time on Miss Gary. We think that if she's anywhere near your age, that means she's getting up to 60 years old. And that woman don't need to be having her daughters and sons and grandkids and all of that worried about, or having to have conversations and deal with shit they seeing on YouTube of her family member, of her and you going back and forth with niggas. And just like the video that I played before, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious that he's smashing sci-fi. Yes, that could play a part in her illness, and she's just sick of all of it. Like Sarnetta is obviously having sex with sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from Sarnetta himself. So you could go to one of my videos on Shame TV East Watch and you can check that out. You know what I'm saying? Sarnetta and sci-fi, you could see them together, how they mingle and interact with one another. And then how Sarnetta clearly said in a chat, a live chat. Now, this is a live chat. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who knows goddamn well that a lot of times people watch his videos just to scrutinize him. So this is the care he takes. Knowing that people are watching the videos, some people watch him just to scrutinize him. He don't give a fuck. He throws right in the chat how much he loves pussy and that you can ask Sci-Fi. Not Cynthia, not his wife. Don't not ask my wife how much I love vagina. No, you can ask Sci-Fi. This same chick who just came out and said how she her and Saneter are compatible and how much she likes Saneter and she's his secretary of what, nigga? Saneter don't have no business, nigga. His checks come from AdSense. What you talking about? What would you need a secretary for? And what do you need what business you going on that Cynthia can't handle? Why is Sci-Fi in the midst of that? You know, we want to know, is that playing a part of it? Is that causing Miss Gary, you know what I'm saying, to not be able to get her health in order because she has to deal with all the fucking stories and all the fucking issues dealing with this fucking nigga? Dealing with this old ass man who's supposed to not even be putting her under this type of pressure and shit. But it seems to be that he don't give two shits about doing that shit. As a matter of fact, he'll do that shit super fast. As a matter of fact, he'll do that shit and then even get mad at you, nigga, for bringing this shit up and talking about this shit. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Just doing, okay. But yeah, man, alleged, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna put out there, Snap, if the sister had AIDS, you know, because I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, you know what, y'all? Let's be real about this shit, yo. We heard this nigga say this shit, so it's not like you just heard it right there on the video. You know what I'm saying? When this live stream started, I was playing I Exposed, and you heard it right there from Saneter's fucking mouth. We didn't chop and screw shit. None of that shit, dog. You said that, yo, you went to 4 out of 5 doctors and they told you that you have AIDS. Thank you, Triple C. 4 out of 5 doctors. Okay? You said you went to 4 out of fucking 5 doctors and they said that you have the HIV virus, dog. So, or AIDS, as a matter of fact. He didn't even say that they had the virus. I'm not sure, but to me, it's the same thing. So at the end of the day, man, like, what I'm saying to you is, dog, as far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see Saneter jump in the pool and he got a cut on his leg, I'm getting out. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, if I got a cut on my if I see Saneter trying to get in the pool that I'm in and that nigga got a cut on his leg, I'm getting out of that pool. So now let me say, he told them he had AIDS, but they didn't know what it was. Okay. So now he has some even worse disease than AIDS. Now we have to look at it like Saneter he's been infected by something that's even more serious than AIDS itself. Is that what's playing a part in if you got AIDS, nigga, was you having unprotected sex with your wife and your other girlfriend? Because you did say you got another girlfriend too, like Polite. Remember you said that night on that live stream, Saneter? We just want to know. We just want to know. He got AIDS in the penitentiary. That's a possibility. Isn't that where a lot of that shit happens? Isn't that, like, keeping it real, yo? Isn't that where a lot of that shit happens? Like, these brothers be out in the world, whatever, end up getting locked up, going to prison and shit, to the penitentiary. And once they get to the penitentiary and in prison, you know what I'm saying? A person like Saneter, what up, Red? Where the fuck you been, G? Fucking Red Spot, my nigga. But yeah, like, you get a person that been in the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, like him, you know what I mean, go in there, start fucking with them punks and shit in there, and the next thing you know, yo, he coming home giving the girl AIDS, giving you got little sisters in the community, the next thing you know, they coming up, turning up with AIDS, nigga, because of old filthy niggas like that. Fucking with punks in the fucking penitentiary. Needles too, Wax. Needles too. Needles too. Needles too. Like, we kind of do need to identify, yo, where the fuck is all this shit coming from, dogs? Where's this coming from, man? Where's this coming from, man? You contracted this shit from somewhere, man. Was it in the penitentiary when you was playing with punks? Is that what it is? Was you in the penitentiary playing with fucking punks? Or was you sharing needles and that's how you got it? One way or another, dog, I don't believe for 2 seconds, nigga, that you don't have something. And ain't no sense and ain't no reason in the hell nobody gonna come out on a goddamn live stream in front of thousands of people and tell them that they got herpes or, you know what I'm saying, like Roosevelt. Roosevelt got herpes, y'all. Y'all could go to the Izzy Cochran show and you can go check that out, man. You will see Dizzy Cochran is doing a full-blown exposing, groundbreaking, exposing like he does, like no other can do, groundbreaking exposing of Roosevelt, the Saneter's new YouTube friend. Roosevelt has herpes, and you'll go see Roosevelt one man story. But yeah, man, this brother, you've contracted these diseases from somewhere. You need to Saneter before you start coming out here talking shit about everybody else, before you come out here calling yourself the leader of the black conscious community, before you come out here doing any of that shit, dog, you need to get your house in order, man. You really do. You need to get in order where the fuck you actually contracted the disease that you got and whether or not that played a part in why your wife is sick now. You really need to do that. You really need to do that. You need to go and stop worrying about that funky ass award show. You know what I'm saying? That no one's gonna go to. And another thing about that award show, on that award show front, what's gonna happen right now, guys, is this. This nigga is going to try to blame people when that award show don't kick off. Okay? He's gonna try to blame people when they don't take off. And one of the most important persons or people that he's gonna blame for that shit is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna say how me doing videos on him fucked it up, this, that, and the third, did all this shit like that. When you put all my videos together that I did on Saneter, it ain't even 10,000 views. So, nigga, it ain't nowhere in hell just one little, you know what I'm saying, platform did all that. Or you can say that. Or one platform did do it. You never know. Yeah, you could tell, like, yo, Red, you could tell right off the bat, dog, that the nigga's an ex-feed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell, and I ain't talking about, y'all know how it is. I don't know whoever hustled and whoever didn't. You know what I'm saying? When you hustle, you know that it's different types of groups of people who get high. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people who get high, but they normal motherfuckers. They work, they got a family, they got houses, but on the weekends, yo, him and his wife or whatever, they get high. You know what I'm saying? Like, they snort powder, they do coke, they do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So as a person who was in the streets, running the streets like everybody else, nigga, hustling and shit, you come to learn these things. You know what I'm saying? Then you got what we call street walking fiends. You got the ones who do the same drugs, but their whole life is given to that drug, meaning they do not have the ability to pay rent. They do not have the ability to function as far as on a daily basis, making structured money every day, meaning if they have a job, they're going to lose it. You know what I'm saying? They end up going to the work today, pay today, temp places for 20 years and shit like that, so they could just get the money immediately and go get their drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of fiend Saneter was. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga Royale, which I'm going to show the video tonight, the nigga Royale was from right up there from Harlem. It's like, yo, nigga, we know who you are. You West Side Dust Head. That's who that nigga was. That's where I got this shit from. From niggas that was around him. He was so mad at Royale for telling the people what his real name was. Telling it first off, because Royale was one of the first people, Royale, R-A-W, You know what I'm saying? Royale was one of the first people to actually come out and tell everybody about Saneter, who he was, you know what I'm saying, about the West Side Dust Head, Filthy Frank, all of that shit. That Filthy Frank shit, all of that shit came from Royale. That shit came from Royale. Because Royale was like, yo, his name is Filthy Frank. Frank from the West Side Dust Head, West Side Basshead. That's you. And we want to know why you so worried about everything else that you worried about, especially me doing little bullshit, little videos, man. Ain't nobody watching my videos. You heard what Kev Gill said. Ain't but 40 people watching me. It's just 40 people watching me, man. Saneter, why are you worried about me? I think Cynthia deserves your time. Cynthia has put up with enough. Don't y'all think Cynthia Gary has put up with enough? Cynthia Gary had to deal with people knowing where she lives. Knowing where she lives. Cynthia Gary had to deal with people like Polite and all these fucking pharaohs and all these crooks and criminals and bullshit artists on YouTube and in the community. All these people were in Cynthia Gary's home. Cynthia Gary was the voice that we would hear from time to time in the background when this nigga was going way too far overboard and shit. Remember? And you would hear him arguing with her. Yes, hashtag Cynthia, we care. We hope that you be back. We hope that whatever you going through, first off, isn't terminal. We hope that, and this is sincerity. This ain't no fucking horse shit. You know what I'm saying? We hope that whatever you're going through, that you overcome that shit, sister. And like, we know that it's probably hard and difficult to go through whatever it is you're going through, especially dealing with a fucking piece of shit ass fucking weird ass nigga like that nigga. Now you and the whole time Miss Gary, she's going through what she's going through, and this nigga in live streams talking about sci-fi pussy and sci-fi. That's what he talking about in the stream. Why his wife is sick right now. Just filthy, dog. Just filthy, man. Yeah, sympathize with Cynthia. We sympathize with Cynthia. I feel sorry for her. I really do, man. It's a lot of sisters out here, man, that I be feeling sorry for, yo. But you can't do nothing because they stuck in a relationship they in, and you can't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Except your heart just pours out to them, you know? Your heart just pours out to them. And my heart just pours out to Miss Gary, yo. Just the shit she must deal with on a routine basis, just being with that fucking dude. Just being with him. Hoping that over time, he would grow up. Hoping that over time, like for real, I'm going to keep this shit 100% real. These beefs and shit that Saneter be in, yo, these nigga, you should not be in none of these beefs. Because your respect level and your respect game should be so high in this community and on YouTube that niggas wouldn't dare fuck with you for real. For real. Nick, your shit should be so high right now. Your respect level should be so high in this game that nobody fucks with you. Like, even right now, man, you have people who agree and then people who somewhat agree, and then you have people who totally disagree with Professor James Smalls. But you do not see people out here putting out bang videos on Professor Smalls. You do not hear people out here with audio on Professor James Smalls talking about your mother's a bitch. Yeah, tell your mother that. Yeah, Professor Smalls said it. Yeah. You don't see none of those videos or audio. You don't see any video where Professor Smalls is in chats with people and he gets caught looking at porn in the chat while he's having a serious discussion. You don't ever see that with Professor James Smalls. You don't, and like I said, people agree with him, somewhat agree with him, and totally disagree with him. But he has a level of respect. The way he carries himself, he has a level of respect that people will not fuck with him in that manner. But we could do it with you because it's easy. Nigga, it's easy to pull up audio of Saneter being a complete fuck nigga. It is very, 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 very easy to show evidence of Saneter being a fucking clown. It is easy to produce audio of Saneter being a walking ball of hypocrisy. And it is even more easier for me to come to the conclusion that Cynthia Gary is more than likely going through a whole lot, going through worse than she ever should be going through, just for the simple fact of who she's married to. Just for the simple fact of who she's married to. Just for the simple fact that I done played audio for you guys. Remember the audio I played of the young brother who Saneter was out here in the streets fucking over niggas so bad that the young dude was talking about finding his daughter and taking his daughter out and smutting her out and all that shit like that? You think Cynthia Gary don't know about that shit? And if she don't, like, how does that make her feel? That there's some grown men out here talking about, yo, I'm going to find your daughter on IG, and when I find your daughter, I'm going to come pick her up and smut her out. All of this is behind Saneter. All this is behind Saneter. And we all know that people don't just fuck with people for no reason. People don't just fuck with people for no reason. Saneter getting fucked with because he deserves it. Saneter gets fucked with because his shit is always in some shit. He always talking about the things he's done in the community when I pointed out, and I continue and will continue to point out, that Black News 102 is nothing more than a camera and a chair that Saneter sits in. That's Black News 102. There's nowhere else on earth that Black News 102 exists except YouTube. If YouTube did not exist, there would be no such thing as Black News 102. Okay? If YouTube did not exist, Black News 102, Saneter Studios, all this shit that he says, none of that shit would exist. Because it's nothing more than a YouTube show, and that's it. A YouTube platform and nothing more. All right? That's it. It's a camera, veneers, and a mic. That's it. So this whole boots on the ground shit, dog, like, yo, say that shit, man, for a nigga who want to hear that monkey shit. Say that shit for a nigga who's stupid enough to believe that stupid shit. Because I know for a motherfucking fact, dog, you ain't got a boot on no ground nowhere. The only boots he got on the ground are the boots that is on the ground on the side of the bed that he's humping sci-fi on. Oh, man, yo. And that's just opinion, yo. I'm just giving y'all my opinion, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is not no definite shit. It's not something that you could, I don't know whether, I just believe that strongly that he's having sex with Sci-Fi based off the information that Sci-Fi gave and based off the information that Saneter gave about him liking pussy. And for anyone who questions his love of pussy, all you need to do is ask Sci-Fi, and that's Saneter's words. So his boots on the ground, or his boots that are on the side of the bed that are on the ground, while Sci-Fi's laying on the bed and they're doing whatever it is they're doing. So this video, real quick, man, was Gators on the Ground. Is going out to Miss Gary, yo, Miss Cynthia Gary, yo. We heard that, first off, We hope that you recover soon, whatever it is that you're going through. We hope that it's not terminal. We hope that whatever that you're going through is something that you can overcome. And we also hope that you do overcome it, as soon as possible, because nobody wants to see that. But this video is not necessarily for you, Miss Gary. It's for that filth of a thing that you call a husband. This is for him. Before I go, Saneter, listen to me, G. Before you start running your fucking mouth, man, about other people, man, and other people's family, and this, that, and the third, you need to get your house in order, yo. You really need to get your house in order, man. You really need to worry about what's going on with your wife. You need to make sure that your AIDS ain't playing a part in why something may be going on with her. And you need to make sure that you look after that woman, because she's been through enough, man. She's been through a lot. She's been through more than enough being with your sorry, filthy ass. Shame TV 2. Peace.